Happy New Year. Wow, what a time it is to be a part of the Notre Dame athletics family. Welcome back to Wake Up the Echoes, presented by TireRack.com. I'm your host, Tony Simeone. I mean, this is maybe the most energy I've felt on this campus in a long time. Of course, Notre Dame just won the Sugar Bowl, and they're getting ready to play in the Orange Bowl this week down in Miami against Penn State. Should be an incredible scene. Can't wait to see what Notre Dame has to offer. If they win, they're going to play for a national championship, and it's just been phenomenal to get a chance to watch it up close and personal. And, of course, I have to give a shout-out to all the content that's been put out surrounding these games. Just been so fun to kind of relive some of the big moments this year on the gridiron. As for this week's show, we're going to talk a little bit men's basketball. Micah Shrewsberry is back in the chair. If you didn't catch the game on Saturday, this team pushed North Carolina all the way to the brink. It was great to see Marcus Burton back on the floor. I think this team now is headed certainly in a great direction down the stretch here for the second half of the season. And it was just great to see him back on the floor with his teammates playing at a really high and healthy level. And then a little bit later in the show, we talked to Garrett Sundra, freshman on this team. It was a great conversation kind of hearing about his upbringing in basketball. So it's a great conversation with both those guys. Really so happy to be here in 2025. We said it coming into this show this week. If we still had football to play when we came back for Wake Up the Echoes, it'd be a great sign, and here we are. There is still football after this episode, so it's going to be an awesome week. Can't wait for the Orange Bowl on Thursday. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Let's talk to Micah Shrewsberry. Coach Shrews, great to have you back. I feel like it's been a while since you've been on the couch. How's it feel to be back in the couch?
Feels pretty good. Comfy, and I don't see any Christmas presents or updates that you guys got for
the season's
holidays.
over. The season's over. We're in 2025.
Yeah, I was like, some people display their like Christmas gifts, right?
Oh,
or show off their Christmas gifts. I guess I should have wore something that I got for Christmas.
What'd you get? Did you walk into that one?
No, it was. You know what? I got some good stuff.
Okay.
I got some good stuff. The kids took care of me.
That's nice.
Molly and the kids took care of me. That's some nice, casual sweatsuits and things to wear at home.
Okay.
And I guess on the off days, so I'm just not like branded every single
You're
day.
mixing it up
Notre
now.
Dame, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a huge collection of gear from Notre Dame, Under Armour, right? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes you just want to go out and you just don't want to have your Notre Dame stuff on.
Yeah.
All the time.
Don't
Even
wanna
though
always,
I love Notre Dame.
Yeah, you don't want to always draw Notre Dame attention to yourself. You just want to go
Sometimes.
out brand free.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Every once in a while, you just want to kind of hide out in the shadows a little bit.
I got you.
Yeah.
My wife got me a 43-inch monitor, like a second screen for my computer to like do. I needed a bigger monitor to do some work on. It's preposterously big, but I've actually really enjoyed it. So I've been living well since the Christmas break. It's been good.
It's awesome.
Let's talk a little hoops here real quick. Game on Saturday, obviously not the finish you wanted, but I thought, as I've kind of taken some time to look back at that game, and we talked a little bit after the game on the post-game show, but I just thought the way the team played for really the whole 40 minutes was phenomenal. I thought the way they bounced back after being down 12 in the first half was really admirable. It was great to see Marcus back on the floor. As you guys have had some time to get away from the immediate aftermath of the game, what's been your takeaway, and what were the positives that you saw in that game? Because I know there were some that you saw. Yeah,
no, definitely. I thought, I thought we played well in stretches, and then when we didn't play well and they went on runs, things that are obviously correctable for us. We just got a resilient group that can get down and come back and keep coming back and take the lead. And we haven't, like we talked about, how much practice time we didn't get to have once Marcus got hurt.
Right.
And now we're talking about how much practice time we didn't get to have when he's coming back. Right. So that's an adjustment too, that guys are shifting and moving, and we're trying to tweak some things offensively for us to be good, and then you throw all that back into the mix. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I thought, our guys really handled that well and played hard and competed all the way through.
At the end of the game, I saw, Marcus most evidently, but everybody was really emotional after the game. maybe years ago there might have been a reaction to that, maybe thinking that's a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. It tells me how much everyone's invested and cares about what's going on with the program and the result. What did that tell you, and just what was the emotion like? Because it just seemed like everybody kind of left it all out there in that game.
Yeah, and that's what you want as a group, right? Like, these guys care so much about representing Notre Dame the right way.
Yeah.
They care so much about each other and their teammates.
Okay.
That, like, man, I don't want to let my teammate down. And you can see that in a group that's really close, right? Like, if our group wasn't close, then people would be like, oh, that sucked. Let's move on to the next one. Like, but no, like, they really put their heart and soul into every part of it. And, it does, like you said, it shows they care. But it also shows that, like, they're human too, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's who we are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a basketball coach. These guys are basketball players, and they're held to a high regard, and they're supposed to be at, like, this huge standard of pedestal of people. Yeah. And at the same time, they're human beings. Yeah. They're still young kids that are growing through this, and they want to do well, and and that's what I love about them. That's what I love. I told them, like, there's no other group I'd rather be around than a group of guys that cares, and a group of guys that cares for each other, a group of competitors that want to win, and nobody's ever going to be perfect, but we're going to keep fighting, we're going to keep growing.
So I've heard you talk about this a lot, and I guess I want to ask more about it. The group being so close, and whether that's in the off season, or is it seniors that got them together? I know you guys have done a lot of different events that have kind of brought them close. Where has that bonding come from? I get a sense like it's easier to develop that maybe in year 2 than right out of the chute in year 1. Just where have you seen that kind of coalesce and really take shape that this team has become so close together?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything, right? Like, half of our team was here last year. Half of our team is new. Okay. And the guys that were new didn't come in with any, like, preconceived notions that, and you know what, I'm going to come in and I'm going to take this thing over and we're going to do this way and that way. And, like, they just came in and fit in. Okay. And I think those guys appreciated that. But they started to learn about each other. They learned who, how do we push each other's buttons? Okay. Like, what do you like and what do you don't like? And I think our communication has grown as a group. And I think that's how you really start to become closer, is through that. So, and then just guys pulling guys in. And I think that's, when you see it, like, you watch us after practice, everybody has these different routines that they do after practice. Okay. And if you just sit back, like, sometimes I just sit back and watch, and you see the different groups that are together, and you're like, I would never expect that. Okay. Or I would never think that, right? So you look in one corner of the gym, and there's Brady Stevens and Matt Alacco over together.
Freshman, senior.
Freshman, senior. Then you look at the other goal, and it's Marcus and Tay, who shot together after every practice, for the last 2 years. But when the summertime hit, those two guys go to their basket, and they turn, and they're like, hey, Garrett, come over here with us. So Marcus Burton, Tay Davis, and Garrett Sundra every single day as a group, right? Like, I don't think anybody would be like, yeah, those 3 guys right there. Let's put those guys together, sure. But, like, and the same thing all the way around. There's, JR is with Nikita or Burke or Keba. Like, different guys are with different people. And that's how you kind of saw them this summer, too. Like, they just rolled with each other in different groups where I'm comfortable hanging out with you. I'm comfortable hanging out with him. So it doesn't matter what class I am, anything. Like, I'm just a part of the group.
Being around your team, it always takes me back to the closest thing I got, which is not very close, but like high school basketball. And I remember, like, when you're part of the team, suddenly you're developing relationships and friendships with seniors when you're a sophomore. It just feels like this. I would never be friends with this guy across the lunchroom, and now we're in the same huddle. There is something unique to that, and it does bond you. I heard you guys. Did you have them over for Christmas? Was there a Christmas dinner you guys shared? A gift exchange?
It was.
How did that go?
At the end of. It was actually a great time because it was the end of finals. It was the last day of finals.
Okay.
And then we still had a couple days before we played, so kind of just an annual get together of coaches, players, staff, anybody like surrounding our program, like get a chance to kind of be together and celebrate together, right? And spend time. It was kind of our last time to spend time together as a group before the holidays.
Okay.
And there was like the guys, they did a gift exchange and put some like really good thought into each other's gifts.
What was the highlight? Was there one that sticks out, or?
You know, you never know, like with these guys,
Okay.
like what this is going to turn into.
Okay. It's good,
but-
get off the rails.
Yeah, but like as guys came down the stairs into the basement when they first got there, I was like, hey, just kind of put your gifts over here on this table. We'll do this later. And I saw Nikita with this huge box. And I'm like, what is that? You know, so we did Secret Santa. And when it gets time for the gifts, I'm like, all right, let's go. We'll start with the oldest guy.
Yeah.
And then we'll just kind of go from there. Like whoever you have, you do it, and then next
Pass it
guy
on.
goes.
Yeah.
So it works out that Nikita had this huge box. So I'm like, we get a chance to see what it is first.
Nice.
So he comes over and he's like, I got Braden. And brings it over and he gives it to him. Braden opens it up and it's a cold plunge.
What?
Yeah, like those like
An actual cold plunge?
an actual cold plunge.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was,
Wait, he's able to carry it? How big is this thing? It's like inflatable,
it's probably
maybe?
inflatable.
Okay.
Probably inflatable.
Make-
but
I'm
the
seeing
box
it now.
was pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah, but got him a cold plunge.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's an extraordinary gift.
Extraordinary gift. Yeah. And when you think like it was like he put time into this because he's like, all right, Braden is psycho with how much he works out.
Wants to recover.
He needs to recover, right? He probably is in the cold tub with him after practice all the time. It's probably like, you know what? You could just do the cold plunge at your house.
Yeah. Put this in
If you
Dad's
need this
basement
at
and you go
night.
down there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a pretty good gift to start out with, and then the others were, we got like a couple Packers fans, like Logan Imes, a Packers fan, so somebody got him some Packers stuff, and it's a couple T-shirts, a couple dual T-shirts. I think somebody got Garrett Sundra. Maybe Cole had Garrett, and he got him this like gray kind of sweatshirt, and he had, I don't know if it was the exact same thing, but he had it on.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, it was
that's
tough. Yeah, but like you could tell, like he'd been paying attention and watching because he at least got his style right.
Right. So it was a thoughtful gift, but it's just unlucky. Have you ever got, I think I've had that happen to me. I can't remember exactly, but you get the gift and in your head you're like, oh my gosh, I already have this. But you have to kind of fake like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I can't wait to use this. And you've already used it for a year.
That happened.
But he was wearing it and he couldn't hide
this year. It happened to me this year.
It happened to you?
Yeah. I opened it up and then like my wife, one of the sweatsuits that I got, I opened it up and I was like, man, this is awesome. This is really cool. I was like, I get the same one upstairs.
Yeah.
But like I love it. You guys know my taste.
She knows your style.
You know my style. Yeah. So we just, at least you have two. You don't have to do laundry as much.
Yeah.
You just wear it.
Oh.
And then like
You
the
get
next
through
week.
get through the week now.
Get through a whole week. And then you wear it the next week. Then you wash them both and then just keep it running.
When you had them in the basement, did you work anybody on the sticks in NCAA, or did you guys leave the video games to the side for the holidays?
Yeah, we left it to the side.
Okay.
Are
you still at West Virginia?
I'm still in West Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah. I've
It's on pause right now? Or
it's on pause.
Okay.
It's on pause.
I figured it might
Did
be.
win a national championship though.
You won a natty.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's on pause right now. We'll get back to it. We'll
Okay.
get
You think you're going
get the
to...
recruiting going and
Okay.
'cause I'll be able to get like a higher level recruit. I believe.
I believe you should be recruiting at a high level if you have a natty.
Level, yeah.
Are you going to stay at West Virginia? Are you going to go somewhere else? You don't know yet.
The college game is very disrespectful. This NCAA football 24. Like, think about this. I just won a national championship at West Virginia, and like you go to the little box there, view job offers, and it's like defensive coordinator somewhere. Wait a
Want to be the DC at Tennessee?
Like, the computer is so disrespectful in the game. Like, it doesn't, like, there's parts of the game that are awesome and I love, and then there's parts of it that don't make sense. Like, why would I want to go be the defensive coordinator at Louisville, right? The head coach at West Virginia, we just won the national championship. Like, come on, EA. What are we doing out here?
I'm with you. There have been some I'm in a dynasty as well with a couple of their friends. There's a guy, he keeps making it to the playoff with Liberty, and he keeps getting offered like OC jobs in the MAC. He's just like, come on.
Yeah, there's one flaw. If there's one flaw I would say that we could try and change for NCAA 25, I would change that.
More respectful job offers. Got it.
More respectful job offers.
Let's stay on football briefly while we're here. Because we do have the Shrews Bowl coming up here on Thursday. Notre Dame, Penn State, Orange Bowl. It's kind of amazing that it's the two places you've coached most recently. But just, I know you're a football fan. I know you're a Notre Dame football fan from growing up in the state. Just, where's your excitement level at? I know you're close with Coach Freeman. This is obviously one of the biggest games now in Notre Dame history, just to see what they've been doing. I know you've been watching. What's your excitement level at?
Oh, super high.
Yeah.
Yeah. I it's been like so fun to watch and like and cheer these guys on just to see it. And it's really cool. It's really cool for me, like, sitting in the stands at the Indiana game. Like sitting and watching outside in the cold, but like I loved every part of that. Like, I was so anxious and excited to just be inside just so I could see everything happen, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to see the entrance. I wanted to see the national anthem. I wanted to be out there when the band got on the field. Like, I was like a little kid during that whole time. But then, like, waiting for the next game and that time and watching it and, just sitting at home, sitting on my couch and enjoying watching those guys and what they're doing and the joy. And I popped by. So my day, Christmas time here, like, I have no idea, like, the days of the week.
Sure.
But Friday, I was leaving the office and heading home, and the lights were on in Marcus's office. So I just kind of snuck in through the side door there and just went up and said hi to him, as he's watching film and getting ready and everything else. Just because I know that, like, their preparation and what they're doing, and but just wanted to, just go give him a fist bump, tell him, like, we're all proud of him and what he's doing and his team and all those guys. So, I can't wait to watch this next game.
Yeah, it should be fun. Last one before I let you go is just kind of about now you're embarking on the second half of the season, conference play. I don't know. I saw Marcus back on the floor, and I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, there's the smallest silver lining with him being out is that I think Tay and Braden took their game to another level. It looked like they were still at that level when Marcus came back. So I am pretty enthusiastic about this next 17-game stretch, assuming he's conditioned and gets back in the fold. Where do you see this team going here the next 17 games? Because I really am excited about the way it looked once he was back on the floor.
Yeah, I think the chance for us to get our chemistry back where it was and get back into that rhythm because, we discovered some different things offensively, right?
Yeah.
Different ways that we try and attack. Tay's been tremendous with how he's played and what he's done, and Braden as well. Just like, how he's, really. I just look, I think at stats, and Josh sent the stats. I think he's leading the league in 3-point percentage. But him making shots and the threat that he's creating, Tay's ability to score the ball and drive the ball and rebound the ball. And now you're adding Fat, Marcus back and, everything that he brings, right? Like, the opportunity to score more in transition, the opportunity to attack the rim more, get more free throws, right? Like Tay was the guy that was shooting a bunch of free throws for us. Now we got two different guys that are attacking the paint, putting pressure on the paint and helping us get to the free throw line more. And then the other guys getting a chance to play off of them, right?
Yeah.
Like, even Mush had, I think 8 points in this game, like where, he's going one more guy down the scouting report, right? So now he's getting, instead of the first or second defender, like now he's getting the fourth best guy.
Right.
Right. And like
Cleaner
everything
looks.
opens up with his game. He's getting cleaner looks. And then I think the guy that probably got hurt the most with Marcus out was Keba. Because of some of the dump-offs, Marcus getting into the paint, some of the lobs, some of the easy baskets that he got from Marcus creating and getting into the lane, he wasn't getting those same baskets.
Okay.
So wasn't getting those same opportunities. So I think his production you'll see start to go up. So, I'm anxious and looking forward to being whole again as a group.
Yeah.
And, like, really fighting and battling together with these guys to see. Like, it's going to go really fast, but we got a lot of season left. We got 17 more conference games to play, so I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I know it wasn't the results you wanted on Saturday, but I walked out of there pretty encouraged by what I saw. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. All right. Very special guest, Garrett Sundra. Welcome to the show. This is our Spinning Your Wheels segment presented by TireRack.com. I can't wait to do this with you. You see the wheel right here?
Yep.
Why don't you give it a spin for us?
Let's see.
Okay, you got impersonations, but I want you just to move it one more slot. This or that.
This or that.
It's our favorite game here. We're going to play it with you, okay? Pretty simple concept. This or that. Tire Rack always comes through with some great questions. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 this or that's.
Okay.
We'll kind of embrace debate on this, all right? Okay. This is good. Golden Globes were last night. I'm sure you watched. TV or movie? What do you go with?
I'm probably more of a TV guy, I'd say.
Okay, why are you going TV?
I don't know. I can't. I think I just watch more TV than I do movies.
See, I'm with you, and I like it because even a great movie, you just have to leave it. Yeah. It's done after 2 hours. The TV cliffhanger, what's going to happen next? You can kind of stay with the same characters for years, right?
Yeah. To be fair, I do watch the same movies over and over again.
Oh, what's your go-to?
Harry Potter and Batman. Those are like the trilogy, and then like the 8 movies, I think.
Yeah. Which is your favorite Harry Potter?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
3?
3.
Yeah. Were you watching them at Christmas?
I was.
Yeah. That's a good time.
It's
yeah.
always, I feel like I always got to pull it out.
I think you can just start it, and it's close to like 24 hours, or you can almost watch it the whole day on Christmas from start to finish.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right. That was a good starter. Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Wow.
For sure.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know. I think me and my dad watched a lot of comedies together, so we're just like a lot of Will Ferrell. But yeah.
What's your go-to Will Ferrell then?
Talladega Nights.
Really? Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Being first or last.
Yeah.
I'm going maybe with Will Ferrell. Anchorman is a good one.
Great
and
one.
then why am I forgetting the basketball one? Semi-pro.
Yeah.
Oh man, semi-pro. There's some moments in there when they're playing poker and calls him a jive turkey.
Yeah.
that's all time. Okay.
They're all great.
Okay, concert or sporting event?
Sporting event.
Yeah.
I've only been to one concert.
Which was?
I can't remember.
Billy Joel, probably. Yeah. What's the best sporting event you've been to then?
To be fair, I don't go to a lot of sporting events either.
Okay.
But I went to a Commanders game. They were the Redskins, but Commanders game when I was younger with my dad.
Sure. Okay.
Which was fun.
NFL is always pretty fun. Okay. I would pass on this, but I'll ask you the question. Rock or country music? I'm going with neither personally, but you can't opt out. You got to pick one.
I know. I'd probably go country over rock.
Okay.
But I like both. I mean,
Yeah.
I can listen to like whatever. So
Country's kind of in right now too.
Yeah.
There's kind of a bunch of different artists kind of emerging from what I can tell. I don't follow either. Reality TV or a scripted TV show?
probably scripted. I think like scripted. Yeah, scripted.
Okay.
Scripted.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of reality TV.
Okay.
so scripted.
I've been watching a lot of reality TV lately, actually. Do you know Coach Shrews? Like, do you know what one of his go-to shows is? Do you know about?
I don't.
He watches The Challenge. Ask him about The Challenge sometime. He could fill you in. You're probably too young to know about all the lore, but basically, like, MTV's had a show going for almost like 25 years now. It's a reality show, and I was shocked because I know how much, he's just a hoop head.
Yeah.
And then he tells me that before the games, he's watching The Challenge. But after shoot around, before tip, he says he watches The Challenge. It blew me away.
That's interesting.
Okay, number 6, action movie or rom-com?
Action.
Okay.
Action. Probably.
Why is that? The stunts? You want to see all the...
Yeah. I don't know. I like to watch like a lot of Marvel movies, I'd say.
Okay.
So I feel like that's
Sure.
a lot of action and yeah. I'm not opposed to a rom-com, but
I think the
like
rom-com era also was... when were you born? You were born like...
2005.
Yeah. All the big rom-coms, I think, were kind of coming out in that decade or even slightly before. So they're a little before your time. I haven't seen a good rom-com in ages. Okay, here's a good one. This is what I'm always interested in with your generation. Phone call or text?
Probably like phone call. I think I've if I need to get someone's like attention quickly, I'd give them a call and be like, hey, like if I'm calling my mom, I'll call my mom and my dad a lot. I don't
Sure.
really text them very often. But like if I know my teammate or friend's doing something, I'll shoot them a text. I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go get something to eat, something or something like that.
So if someone wants to hit you up, do you want them to call you or text you?
Call me.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
That's so interesting because you guys are younger, and I've heard multiple people say here, phone call.
Yeah.
And I feel like my millennial generation, it's all text.
It
Almost
is
never phone call.
It is a lot of text, and I think people say phone call, but they're really texting.
Oh, is that what you're doing right now?
Well, I mean a little bit, but I would say like if I'm really trying to get someone's attention, I'll probably call them.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, this is a good one. Night in or night out?
Night in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get your rest.
Get my rest. Watch a
Marvel
TV
movie.
show, watch a Marvel movie. Watch a Harry Potter or something.
We've kind of set you up for night in here with all these
Yeah.
options here. Okay. Last movie you've seen in theaters? This one's tough.
Oh, I think it was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse
Oh.
with Miles Morales.
Is that animated or is that's a
It's
real
animated.
one? Okay. I think I saw the preview for that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the Spider-Mans too. I gotta add that in there.
I think the last one I went to was the Barbie Oppenheimer double
Yeah.
feature. That was like a year ago, or maybe.
Yeah, Spider-Man was a year ago too.
Okay. Man, the theaters. R.I.P. Okay, last one here. Last TV show that you watched?
I'm watching Peaky Blinders right now.
Really?
I watched season 2, episode 5 last night.
Netflix, right?
Netflix.
I've heard outstanding things about Peaky Blinders.
I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's very interesting. Keeps me on my feet. So.
Okay, I need to get into that.
Those.
I'll take that note. All right, hey, I think you passed the flying colors here. Good job on this or that.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll come right back. All right, Garrett, great job. That was I don't know, easily top 5 this or that performance this year. I'll go rank it later, but yeah, excellent work. This is now our Yeti Cooler Conversations topic. I have to offer you this first. Would you like a drink? We've got Coke products and Dasani water, which is a Coke product, in our Yeti cooler here.
I'll do a Dasani water.
Man, you are keeping the trend alive. You got it. Wow, that's that wingspan. Usually I have to toss it to the guys. You've got what's your wingspan?
I don't know. I can't remember.
You haven't
Last time I
measured in a
checked,
while?
I
Is
haven't
it close
measured
to
in a
7? I mean,
while. I think it's right about my height. It's not like super, like way past my height. Like some people will be like 6'11" and have like 7'5" wingspans.
Right.
I think it's like right. It's probably at like 7.
so you're 6'11"
6'11",
with a 7-foot wingspan.
probably.
That's awesome. Man, I can only imagine. So okay, I wasn't going to start here, but like, when did you, I guess, get really tall? Like, at what age were you the tallest guy in your class?
I think throughout elementary, middle, I was kind of always the tallest. But then it wasn't like I was like, whoa, he's super, super tall.
Okay.
I think getting into high school, like moving into 8th grade, kind of that summer getting into 9th grade, I kind of shot up and I went from like 6'4" to like 6'8", and like that's when I was like, yeah, he's like the tallest.
Okay. So when you were going through middle school then, did you find yourself able to develop more skills? Because what I hear about guys that grow up really big is on the youth teams, they just throw you in the post.
Yeah.
And they say, he's the tallest guy, throw it to him, and you don't develop maybe some of those other skills. Did you find that when you were younger, you had a chance to develop those?
Yeah, I think when I was younger, it was more like I had more freedom, like taking the ball down the court.
Yeah.
Like I could dribble down the court and do whatever. I think still kind of growing up, I could do it a little bit too. But I think I did develop more skills when I was younger, which made it easier as I grew to kind of develop those same skills.
Yeah, I think it was like Anthony Davis was like 6'2" or something like that until he was like in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And he was like a guard. And then all of a sudden he was 6'11", playing like a 6'11" guard, and that's why he's such a unique player. What's the biggest transition been for you then, coming into college this year? I always love talking to freshmen because it's like in the last 6 months your life's changed a bunch. What have you found to be the most interesting transition you've had to make from high school to college?
I think the two biggest things that I noticed right away were the speed of the game and the physicality. So I think, my high school team we were pretty good, and I thought we played super fast. And then you get to the next level, and you're like, we weren't playing fast at all. It's not even close.
Right.
And that's just how it is. And then the physicality is just you got guys that are bigger and stronger than you, and you just got to be as physical as you can out there and stay in the weight room and keep eating and go through that. So
your high school team was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
you have like I saw like what 66-7 over a 2-year span, or what was your record? Do you remember?
Yeah, my senior year we were 35-3.
Oh,
so
you guys are a juggernaut.
We were pretty good. We had some guys.
You guys are a shot clock, or
yeah?
Okay,
30-second shot clock.
30-second shot clock. So that wasn't a transition for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was pretty normal. And in practice, like our coach would have like 15-second shot clocks, and we just play. So we were already
15.
Playing, yeah, like just play up and down, like 5-on-5 in practice, of course, which led us to playing the games pretty fast.
Wow. I remember like in high school, the hardest thing we would do is 3-on-3 full court.
Yeah.
But like 15-second shot clock sounds like you're just going up and down.
You're running. You're just running and running. It's like run sprints.
Are you taking bad shots at some point in 15-second shot clock?
I think you just get the best shot you can out there. So sometimes it's getting to 3 seconds and you're throwing something up, but.
What have the Coach Shrews practices been like? Because I had Marcus Burton on that couch maybe like 13 months ago when he was a freshman here last year, and he said he called his mom after the first practice and was like, hey, this is a little tougher than I thought it might be. Was there an adjustment to get used to what a college practices with Coach Shrews?
Yeah, I think for sure there's definitely an adjustment period for those first couple practices. Just getting better and better. But I called my mom too. My mom right after the first practice. I was like, yeah, I got something coming. No, it was all good. It's a good practice. I think we all get better each and every day out there. So it's definitely getting us better for sure.
And as we covered, it was a phone call, not a text.
Yeah, phone call.
Yeah.
Phone call to mom.
Okay.
Phone call to mom.
So you grew up in Virginia, right? Yeah. There's a great note on you that I guess you're the first scholarship player here from the state of Virginia. Think about big basketball states. You don't always think of Virginia, but there's been a lot of great players that have come out of there. Just what's the basketball culture like in that state growing up in Virginia?
Yeah, I think a lot of Virginia guys, like where I'm from, it's Northern Virginia. So it's like the DMV is a big thing, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Yeah. And a lot of the time, the guys in the DMV are like, oh, Virginia guys are soft, Virginia guys are this, Virginia guys are that. And it's just you kind of get like around. That's just how it is, and you're just like where did this come from? Like you haven't even seen me play, and I'm soft. So I think Virginia's not soft, is what I think. But I mean it's all good. Like it's just great basketball up there in the DMV, and you got a lot of talent, a lot of skill, a lot of physicality too, and just a lot of guys that know basketball and that are really skilled.
So in high school, when you and your team would step on the floor in like a tournament or playing somebody in that DMV area, and you guys are the Northern Virginia guys, you thought going in, they looked at you as, here comes the soft team, right?
Yeah, I feel like you always got something to prove. When we would go out there, and I think, especially my senior year, I think we did a good job of that, no question. So
interesting. That's kind of nice. I kind of like that. You get that chip on your shoulder, and you go into every game like trying to prove somebody something, right?
Absolutely.
Who was then like your team? Is it a Wizards town? Like who's the pro team, or what do you guys? Maybe it's. I mean, the college teams there are UVA, Virginia Tech, at least in the state.
Yeah.
What's kind of everybody's team they root for in that area?
A lot of Wizards.
Wizards. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm a Wizards fan.
So are you John Wall? Like, what's your?
Yeah.
Like John Wall for life.
It was funny you said John Wall when when you guys had the podcast with Sir and Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Cole was like, I think I'm going to take John Wall. I don't know how I feel. And I was watching. I was like, what? You don't know how you feel about John Wall? But, no, I thought that was fun. Yeah, I'm a big John Wall guy.
Okay, tell me how you feel about John Wall. Like,
I mean, I love him.
He's in your wheelhouse, right? Because you would have been like 7 years old, right?
Yeah, for sure. I was watching him growing up, watching him and Bradley Beal and Gortat and Otto Porter, all of them, going out there and making the playoffs like consistently. Like it was always fun to watch the Wizards growing up.
Gortat.
Yeah.
The Polish Hammer.
Yep.
That guy. So I'm a big J.J. Redick fan. Roanoke, Virginia. And Gortat and he were on the Magic for that run. They went to the finals in like 2009. So you'd be pretty young. But Gortat kind of emerged then. And then ever since then, Marcin Gortat's like a player, I don't know. He's just one of these guys that if you follow him and watched him, you love him. And if you don't follow the NBA closely, you would never even probably think about him. But I loved Gortat. He could do some wild things for any team.
I did too. I was definitely a fan.
That's cool.
Definitely a fan. No
okay,
question.
so Wizards, would you make it out to Wizards game every now and then?
Yeah, I would go like once a year, I'd say, to a home game.
All right.
Sure.
I want to talk a little bit about this first year for you on the floor. You played some big minutes against North Carolina. Just getting on the floor more, it's kind of seeing your role increase. What's that been like here in the first couple months as being part of this team?
It's been good. It's been fun for sure. You know, I think it starts in practice, just going out there every day and battling with the guys and then getting out there when you get your opportunity. I think it's just you got to make the most of it and just try to, whether it's grabbing an offensive rebound, you know, getting a bucket, getting an assist. I think that's just how it is.
Have you found the game? I know you said it was fast and it's physical. Have you found it to be slowing down a little bit as you've gotten out there more?
Yeah, I think the more reps you get, I think it slows down.
Okay.
For sure, and then you can you understand the physicality a little more, so you know like what's coming in different ways.
Let's go off the court real quick before I let you go here. Why'd you want to come to Notre Dame? What about this place made you want to be part of the program and part of this school?
I think one of the things that stuck with me for sure was the 4 for 40. I think you can build something coming in here, and then afterwards, and you build relationships with people off the court with your classmates and everything, and that's one thing. And then the coaching staff for sure was something that definitely led me to Notre Dame.
What have you enjoyed about being on campus so far? Then, whether it's class, the campus, the community, what's stuck out? I
think the guys, like I'm living in Dunn Hall, so I just seeing the guy like walking through, just saying what's up, just catching up about your day or however it is something that's really nice, and not all schools do. Yeah. Like have student athletes in dorms, and I like it. Just saying what's up. Like we were decorating for Christmas the other night, or I guess it was a month ago, but like it's cool things like that you don't always get to experience. That it's just different. It's cool. Yeah, Pete Bavacqua, the AD, was sitting here maybe a couple months ago, and he said, like, that still is one of the things he loves most about the university is that you've got these great athletes, and they're still doing the things they've always done, which is you live in the dorms with your dorm mates, you make great friends. Like you said, 40 years from now, some of your best friends, you're obviously going to have your teammates, but you're going to have these guys you met in Dunn Hall that'll be lifelong buddies, which is huge. For sure. All right. For sure, I think it's awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming by. Thanks for taking the time. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll see you around. Thank you. Thank you for having me. All right. That'll do it for this week's episode of Wake Up the Echoes, presented by TireRack.com. Thanks again to Micah Shrewsberry and Garrett Sundra for swinging by the show. Okay, Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Notre Dame, Penn State in the Orange Bowl. One of the biggest games in Notre Dame history is upon us. Can't wait to see what happens in that one. We are going to be back a week from now. The hope we all have is that we are previewing a national championship. It's been such a fun season, and hopefully it keeps going for at least a couple more weeks. Until we talk to you next time, we'll talk to you later on Wake Up the Echoes.